multiple streams of income. And I think it is actually good I share with you guys, because what I always think about multiple streams of income changed yesterday when I learned that particular thing. And it was from Olimide Emmanuel, Nigeria pastor and a financial expert. So it was through him that I actually learned that particular thing about multiple streams of income. And the kind of examples that he actually said, most of the time I was actually always thinking that way. For you to make multiple streams of income, this is what you need to do. And the part that I was always thinking, he said example of that particular thing and like explain it when you are actually doing this is not multiple streams of income, this is actually multiple streams of income. And I'm going to actually also be explaining it to you guys, because I know that that particular video is not going to reach everybody. And me making this particular video can also help other people to also learn something from it and use it to their advantage. So first of all, we are going to be talking about how to set multiple streams of income as a salary worker, because that was what that particular video talk about, and we are going to be talking about it in this particular video. So he said okay, let's say you are actually a salary earner, you are actually employed in a government or a private institution. It doesn't matter where you are actually employed, but this instance, let's actually set example as you are a nurse, or you are a teacher, or you are a doctor. It can be any profession. You are working as that particular profession. And also apart from that, you also, let's set it that way, apart from that, you are also funny, and they always call you sometimes to go to some stages and make comedy shows and other things like weekends and so as you are always doing. So reach a time, okay, you travel to China, and let's say when you always go to China, you always go there and buy hairs, you import things from China and come and sell it to your friends or anybody around you. That's what you actually do. And you are also good at cooking. You're also good at cooking. And let's say every Sundays, people order food and you prepare it and sell it to them. So he said that particular example, and when he actually said that particular example, I was also thinking that that's actually multiple streams of income. But after he actually said all that, and he set an example, okay, if you are actually doing all that, let's say you are actually a salary earner, you are importing things from China, you are preparing food and delivering it to people, and you're also an MC or you're a comedian, and they normally call you on stages to actually do comedy skits and other things. So most of us, we always think that that's actually multiple streams of income, and he actually said it as that's actually earned income. And when you are not actually there, all that particular businesses can collapse. That's what he said. All that particular businesses, when you are not there, all that particular businesses can actually collapse. And let's say we are not going to set structures in place in case even if you are not there, that particular businesses can actually work out. For instance, let's say that okay, you're actually a banker. We are going to set that particular example as you are a banker and you work in a bank. That's actually earned income. You are working in a bank and they are paying you every month. That's actually earned income. And as they are actually paying you every month, you set systems in place. You go to China, you set systems in place. You have suppliers contact, everybody's contact, those that you are in need in your business, you have their contact. And you also employ somebody to be in charge of that. You employ a manager to be in charge of that. Even when the manager can make decisions on your behalf. And the manager is actually also connected to those in China and all that, and they're actually sending things to the manager, and the only thing that the manager actually gives you is actually a report of how the business is actually going. But you set the business in place, you set soft that particular person, and that particular person is actually working for you, and you are also paying that person. That's actually one stream of income. You pay that person and that person is actually working for you. Even if you're not there, the business is still operating. That's actually one stream of income. And as you are also doing that, you also open another restaurant and you also employ somebody there. And that person is also like, you teach the person how you always cook your food to look nice. And people like it and they are always on it. So you now employ somebody there and that person actually knows the steps. Okay, if I'm to make this food, these are the ingredients that I need to put in each and every like place so that the food tastes actually good. And that person know that, and that person is also in charge of that, and that person is working for you and you are also paying for that person, and the person is always giving you financial statement to know that, like, so that you know that okay, the business is actually going right. You know that the business is actually going right. And if there is also wrong things going on, like the owner, the person that you actually employ can actually operate without you being there. And you also, after as you also do that, you also like, you also buy land. You bought land and you build on that particular land. And when you build on that particular land, you furnish everything, and it's now a rented apartment. And you, like somebody is also managing that particular property. You build it once, and that particular thing is actually working for you. Like the house is actually there. You are collecting rent from that house, and like you're not doing it again. Even if you're not there, that particular property is still there. So because somebody is actually working on it, and that particular property is still there, working for you. Even if you're not there, it's still making money. Even if you retire today, you say you're not going to be a banker again, but still that particular house is going to be there, and it's going to be making money for you. That's it. And okay, after you also do that, you also say, okay, let me make, like, because of all this knowledge that I'm actually having, let me make a book. Let me make a book about how to become a banker, because you are not selling your knowledge to people. You make a book once on how to become a banker. You put it on like Amazon or any other like book selling platform, or you can be selling it on social media. You can hire somebody to be marketing it for you and be running other things, and you are there. And that particular book, you create that particular book to us once. You create the book once, and that book is also making money for you. Like it can continue to sell for years to come. Even if you stop to be a banker, still that particular book is going to be making you money. It doesn't mean that you can also only make like book about only the banking aspect. You can also make a book about how to cook, because you also have the skills of cooking. You can also make a book on how to cook and the ingredients that you need to put everything. You put everything in place and also list it on different selling platforms, and it is going to be selling for you because you actually create it once. You create a book once, and the book is actually selling for you. And for the MC, you can also create a book about how to become an MC, the steps that you need to follow and all that. And be selling. You see, all these things, you are using your knowledge, like you use your knowledge to create something, and that thing is now working for you. And also, that things can be selling. And you also, let's say, you also make a video and you post it on a platform that can actually pay you for your services, or you make it as a course and you put it somewhere. And if somebody is in like Coursera or Kajabi or school, like somebody is actually in need of that service, like that knowledge, the person go there and that person should actually buy that particular service. You create that particular thing once, but it's still there and it's making you money. And that's actually another aspect. And let's say the stock market, you also save some money and you invest in the stock market. You invest this in the stock market. That you diversify it. You didn't buy one share, you bought about different companies. Like you bought MTN, you buy like Meta, and you buy like Apple. You buy different stocks and you also put it down there, and it's actually making like interest for you. They are paying dividend and you are also making profit based on the growth of the stock. And if you look at all this, that's actually what is streams of income. But most of us always think that okay, if I'm actually good in like video editing, I'm also YouTube, like I'm also a banker and all that, I'm actually doing everything myself. That's actually multiple streams of income. That's how we always think. But if you continue to be that way and one day you are not there, that particular business is going to also collapse. Let's say your father or your mother is actually a successful businessman or woman. You are with your parents. Like your parent was actually rich and all that, and you are enjoying. And one day, your parents pass away because your parents didn't actually put a structure in place. Your parents didn't actually put a structure in place because your parents actually passed away. Then that particular business that they were doing and they were rich, everything collapsed. That's the like disadvantage of not knowing multiple streams of income or how to put structures in place in case of your absent. That particular case can still be making money for you. So if you're actually, this is what I now want you to pick from here. If you're actually doing something, let's say now you're actually having a job and you're working in that particular job, start to save money. That's the first thing that you can do to yourself. Start to save money and set a goal for yourself. Set a goal, okay, in 2 years or in 1 year, I'm going to be buying a plot of land. You can set it out, okay, in 1 year or in 2 years, I'm going to be buying a plot of land. And after that 1 year, I'll save another money for another year and use that money to build on that particular plot of land. And if after I don't build that particular house in that plot of land, then I'm going to be renting it out. And many people sometimes they will always say, okay, I'm going to be buying, like, because they say, oh, they are poor, they want to buy land and become rich. They want to buy land and sell it in 3 years time. If you buy land and you're waiting for 3 years time or 2 years time to sell it, even if you sell that particular land, you are still going to be broke. I know many will not understand that, but based on the teaching that I actually learned from there, I actually like get a lot of things there, because when you actually like particular land, still you are going to use that particular money to cater for your needs, because you don't have anything funding your lifestyle. That's what is going to happen. You are going to spend all that money that you have actually sell, that land that you have actually sell, you're going to actually spend all that money. But let's say you save money, you build a house. You save money, you buy a land house on it, and it's in a neighborhood where there are like people rent houses, and you start to rent it. Definitely every month you are going to be making money out of that particular property. The house, you are going to be making money out of that particular property. So if you are actually earning salary, you need to know the kind of investment that you bad investment. Your money is going to be wasted. Your money is going to actually be wasted, and the investment is not going to yield any results for you. The investment is not going to yield any results for you. Yeah, somebody is actually greeting. Hi, how are you doing? So the investment is not going to actually yield any results for you. And let's say that's what I was talking. Like if you just buy land and you're saying, okay, in 2 years time I'm going to buy this land, in 2 years time I'm going to sell it and make money. Still you're going to spend that money. But put it down this way, okay, I'm going to save money. And this is the structure. I'm now giving you structure. I'm going to save money. And if I save that money, I'm going to buy a plot of land. And if I buy that plot of land, I'm going to build on that plot of land. And after I build on that plot of land, I'm going to be renting the rooms out. I'm going to be renting the rooms out. That means you're going to become a landlord. You're going to be renting the rooms out. That's why you need to pay close attention out. And after that, you need to also now put, okay, if I now start to rent that particular rooms out, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to be taking the money that I'm taking as rent. I'm not going to spend that money for that moment. And I'm not going to quit my job. I'm not going to actually spend that money at that moment. I'm not going to also quit my job. I'm going to be still saving money to buy stocks. You can also put it that way. I'm going to be saving money to buy stocks and also be using the rent to buy stocks. That means you are building another stream of income. You see, you are now building another stream of income. Even if like you quit your job at that a moment, the stock market is going to be giving you more, and your house is going to be giving you more. Yeah, your house is going to be giving you money, and the stock market is going to be giving you money. Okay, now that let's say you now build a house and you are renting it out to people and you are making money out of it. The stock market is also giving you money. that money you're not going to use it to like all the money to fund your lifestyle. What you're going to do now is okay, you're going to actually look for ways that you can actually diversify that money again. And for instance, you now have the knowledge. You can actually write a book. You can actually write a book. And now, if you don't know how to post it and all that, or if you have the knowledge and you don't know how to write a book, you can put it on a piece of paper. Get somebody who is actually good at writing and editing and everything, how to make a book and all that. They'll make it for you, and you actually publish it on the platforms that are actually selling it. And from there, you can start to make money. Some platforms, they market it for you, and some platforms too, you need to do the marketing for yourself. So you now choose which one will you be okay with that. If it is something that you can actually market it yourself and you're okay with that, you can start with that. If it is something that you can also like, you want to also like, you want the platform to also market it for you, that's also okay. And if you want to actually make money, if you want to also make more money, you can let the platform be marketing it for you, and you'll be running ad for that. And it doesn't mean that you're going to be doing that. You can hire somebody. If you see that okay, this thing is actually profitable, you can hire somebody. Don't be willing to take all the profit alone, because if you want to take all the profit alone, the work will be too much on you, and you get burnout. Like, even if it is like you're getting like 30% of the things that the money that like that particular book is making, you're getting 30% of the money that the book is actually making every year, and you combine it for years, you're going to see that it is actually going to make big amount of money for you. But some people, they always want to take all the profit alone, and that is why you get burnout. You can't do the work alone, and the work is actually choked. Yeah, somebody's actually saying, hi bro, yeah, my bro, I'm actually doing great, what about you? So some people, they are always like, they'll do that and they'll get burnout. And some people too, they always want to do all the work alone. And if there is some work that you don't like doing it, and you have the money, to actually like give it to somebody to do it, and you pay the person, and it's going to be faster. Like, give it to the person who is actually expecting that, and the person will handle it for you. But that's our problem, especially with the Africans. That's actually our problem. We always think like, okay, I want to do the thing alone and harvest all the profits alone. Then those people, the big boys, the investors, the entrepreneurs, they always say, okay, I'm going to give this thing to somebody, and that person is going to do the thing, and I'm going to get a cut of it. Like, let's say, okay, I'm going to actually give this project to somebody to do it, and I'm going to be taking 30% of the money that the project is going to make. That's the investors, that's their mindset. They will say that they will do that way. And let's say maybe 30% of the money, the owner is going to be taking 30%. The one who actually like also create the product and marketing and all that, they are going to also take about 30%. And the remaining about 40%, somebody like they can use it for the cost and everything on the project. And when you are actually also doing something, do it for long time. Don't do it for like in 6 months, in 1 year. Like, you can say, okay, in 5 years, in 10 years, if you can actually do that way, fine. And many people always also say that, oh, I'm not having any skill. Like, I'm not actually having any skill. Some people always also say that they're not having any skill. And I can tell you that everybody is actually having a skill. Just that you haven't figured it out. You're having a skill that you haven't figured it out. For sure. Like, somebody is actually asking of the time. Or the time is actually, let me check it and confirm it for you. It is actually 1:21 p.m. in the afternoon. So that's how you need to actually think. That's how you need to actually think. Think about a really long time. What am I going to get in return long time? And some people, like, they want to buy land somewhere and they say, oh, that place is actually village, it's bush, it's far, and they will not buy it. But that's not what the investors always look out for. Well, like, big investors, they don't always look out for that. They always look out for, okay, in 5 years, what is going to be the development in that area? That's the kind of things that they normally always look out for. Okay, in 5 years, will that place be developed? Or what is the kind of development or project is going to happen in that place? And the value of that land, how is that land, like the value of that land, how is it going to happen? Or the, like the, should I say the profit or the value of that land, how is it going to be? And every major city, this is what I want you to take. If you want to buy land, if you want to actually buy land, this is what I want you to note before buying any land. Any minute, like you stand in the city and it is actually like an hour drive or 30-minute drive from the main city, and they are selling land there, and it is not like that much costly and you can afford, and there's no problem with the land and all that, and you buy. In 10 to 15 years, that land is going to be, like that area is going to be developed. In 5 to 10 years or 10 to 15 years, that area, 10 to 15 years, that area is going to be developed. It's going to be part of the city. But many people don't always look out for that. They always just look out for the scope, like the small portion of it. Okay, it is actually far. Or let's say that you see that the place is actually far, alright, but there is a big project going to happen in that area. Let's say, like, I don't know, like, should I say, okay, you know that in 10 years to come, they are going to be building like airport in that area. Or you know that likelihood of them building an airport in that area is very high. You know, when they build airport around the area, the value of that land is going to skyrocket, like it's going to go higher, faster. And the cost is going to be, the land is going to be costly. And that's the point, like most of like real estate developers, they don't always sell lands. Like when they see that like it is now like that area is actually developed, they don't sell it, they don't sell the lands. What they actually do is that they now start to develop it, and like they'll start buying, like building houses, and when they start building houses, they'll now be renting the rooms. They are not selling it, but they are renting it because of the passive income that they are going to be getting. Because of the passive income, they will not sell it, they will not be renting it and taking their profit. But the average person will say, let me sell it and take the money. But the money, some people too, they will just take the money, they don't know where to actually put the money again, and they'll spend all the money and they'll go back to square one. So I think like this online space, if you are just somebody who is actually like serious about building wealth, you need to take this online space serious, especially the big boys, the entrepreneurs, the big boys that are actually in the field. When they are talking, you need to listen very well. Watch podcasts on YouTube about finance, about wealth creation. You're going to actually learn a lot. And most of the time, I know many people, like they go and be watching. Most of the people, they go and, like, they are in Africa, and they go and be watching about the Western world, like how they build their wealth in the Western world. Most of the time, you're not going to get good answers, or you're not going to get good results there. I'm not saying that if you apply it in Africa, if you are in Africa and you are applying it in what the Western world actually do, I'm not saying that you're not going to get results. But put in mind that the one who is actually listening to the African investors, if you are in Africa, the one that is actually listening to the African investors, and you want to invest in Africa, and you follow their steps, you're going to do, like, your own is going to actually move faster than the person is actually watching or taking knowledge from the Western entrepreneurs. And if you are also like from the Western world, and you're taking like entrepreneur advice from the African entrepreneurs, most of the time, not everything that is going to work for you. You're going to also be having the same challenges. So you need to confirm your area. Okay, where am I located? Okay, I'm actually located in Africa. What kind of investment the people in Africa, the entrepreneurs, what business are they doing and they're actually successful? Most people, like, if you look at it, it's actually about three things that they always factor into it. first of it is actually processing, food processing, importation, and agriculture. Let me like the food processing is even part of the agriculture. Most success through agriculture, and most actually also succeed through tech, and most also are succeed through import and export. Like if you look like if you have like interest in anything, just follow the steps of those who are actually in that field. Definitely you are going to be successful. You're going to learn a lot and use it to your advantage and become successful. But most people always like they are just confused. They are there, and many people too, they are having money lying in the bank. They are having money lying in the bank, a lot of money lying in the bank. The monies are not doing anything. Inflation is actually chopping the money. They don't mind, and the money is actually there. And if you are somebody who is actually not ready to take risks, definitely you are not going to make it in life. In life, it's all about taking risks. If you can actually take risks, definitely you are going to actually make it in life. If you are the type, you know that okay, everything is all about risks, and you don't just take anyhow risks. You take a calculated risk. You do your analysis, proof of concept. This thing is not actually working. You need to actually like do your own research. Do the research before you now start investing. And many people are having millions and millions lying in the bank, and inflation is actually dropping it. The money that they put in the bank, and the bank is actually taking some amount as like e-charges and all that, e-service charge and all that. They are taking their money, but they see like, oh, that's actually like investment. Imagine a bank is like keeping your money like about $1 million or $1 million cedis. A bank is keeping that kind of money, and they're giving you like 7% interest per annual. And imagine you take that money, that same money, and you go and buy land. You take that same money and you go and buy land. In 1 year time, if you sell that particular land, in 1 year time, it is going to be worth like getting to 2 times of the amount of money that the bank actually give you as interest. But we don't always look at it. All the time we always say, okay, let me go and save my money in the bank. And that's the best trap that we can actually put ourselves in. And emergency fund is also very important. Emergency fund, the one that like if you just need it right now, you can get it. Don't use all the money and invest in things that you can actually sell it instantly. Like if you are in need of capital, if you are in need of money instantly, you can actually sell that thing. Don't use all your money and invest in that kind of thing. Because if you use your money and invest in, let's say you use all your money and buy land, and let's say you are just having health issues or some problem just hit you and you are in need of money, it is going to be difficult for you to get somebody to buy that land instantly, and you're going to suffer a lot. But let's say like you buy stocks. Let's say you buy stocks, and like something just stuck you and you're in need of money. You can sell the stocks instantly and get your money. I don't know if you guys are actually getting what I'm actually talking about. But don't also use all your money and invest in liquid asset. Like it can frustrate and the money is going to go once, or it can also go high. It all depends on how the stock market works or it moves. So before you invest, make sure you do your own research. Research is very important. And if you want to, like, if you don't understand anything, don't invest in it. If you don't understand something, don't invest in it at all. If you know that, oh, this thing that I'm investing in, I don't have knowledge about it. You don't have any knowledge about it. Don't invest in it at all. Don't waste your money in it because you don't have any knowledge. You don't know the company. Let's say you want to invest in a company. You want to invest in a company, but you don't know that their plan in 5 years to come. You don't have white list. You don't know all that. What like how is the money flowing in and out of that company? You don't know that. So you need to also do all that research before you invest in any company. Sorry. And these are some things that would also neglect some things which I want you guys to pay close attention. Those local people, the local people that is always on the roadside, those people that is always on the roadside. Like if you're a salary earner and you want to actually make money, you are having some money saved, you can actually invest in someone's business and they'll be giving you return every month or every week. Let's say somebody is actually selling some things. Let's say somebody is actually a carpenter. The person is having the skill, but the person is not having the capital to start carpentry. Okay, you can sit with the person, negotiate with the person. Okay, like I'm actually having capital to give you to start the business, but what I want in return is maybe 30% or 15% or 20% of the money that you make every month, and you can set it maybe in 10 years, in 20 years, and make sure it is actually in written and it is actually signed by right authorities, so that the person will not like fool you or you will not have issues with the person in future. Because if everything is put in place and the person is actually doing that business, let's say you invest like 10,000 in somebody's business, and the person is saying that okay, every week I'm going to be giving you 500 cedis. I'm going to be giving 200 cedis every week. The person told you that way. So you calculate that by a month. That means in a month you're going to be getting like about 600 every month, and that is actually passive. You are not doing anything. That's where they now say your money is now working for you. Your money is working for you. You are not doing anything, but it's actually bringing. I don't know if you are getting it. And when it now happens that way, okay, the person is actually bringing 200 cedis or $200 or 200 by 20k naira every month. Every week, and you convert it by a month, and it's about $600, 600 cedis or 6k naira, depending on your country currency. And you say, okay, this particular project is going to last about 5 years, so the person is going to continue to be giving you that kind of money for 10 years, and open for negotiation soon is going to happen because inflation is going to occur. That means you can say that okay, every year we are going to sit down and review the project and see what we can do about it. Are we going to increase something? Are we going to increase or are we going to decrease? Like the percentage. You can sit down and talk about all that. And you'll be surprised, like some people that is actually at the website, they will tell you the return, like the amount that they can give you in a month if you agree to sponsor them. Some of them you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised to hear what they will tell you, or you will think like they can't do better. When they start, you know that oh, these people, they are capable of giving you that kind of money. Yeah, and you know, when you are able to build this kind of like systems, it will be very difficult for you to go broke when you start building. And I'm not saying that I'm not actually bad. Me myself, I'm actually building myself. I'm not up to a point where I want myself. I'm also building myself. And for me, if I learn something and I see it's actually valuable, I'll always share with you guys. That's how I am. If I see that something is actually valuable, I don't keep it alone and just observe it. No, I share it with you guys so that we can all learn from it. Take it to our advantage and build wealth together. I don't want to be greedy where maybe I'm actually successful and someone is actually suffering, which that person was supposed to also be successful also. So all these things, you need to put systems in place if you are a salary worker. The first thing that you need to do is you need to start saving money. And when you start saving money, you now need to start to see how you can actually diversify that money. Like you save about thousands or millions of cedis or millions of your country currency. you now need to start diversifying. Okay, now I'm actually having some money lying down. Let me build a pottery farm. You can set this. I'm setting an example. I'm not saying go and build a pottery farm. Let me build a pottery farm. And you now say that way, let me build a pottery farm. You build a pottery farm, you employ people there and they're working on your behalf. For you, you employ those people that have knowledge about pottery, they're working on your behalf. And for you, you're getting passive income on that side. Even if you're not there, that particular like farm is actually working, it's bringing money. Let me start like importation and fishing business. So all that is just about planning. It's all about planning. I know many of us, some of us actually committed some financial errors which we were not supposed to commit just because we didn't get the right information. Like you waste money in yourself when you sit down and you think you can tell yourself that you just waste your money. Yeah, it always happens. You can tell yourself that you just waste your money. So I can tell you guys about building wealth as a salary earner. So if you're a salary earner and you actually watch this particular live to this point, I think you are going to learn something from it. And if you apply some of these things that I just said, definitely you're going to build wealth and you're going to be proud of yourself. So if this video was helpful, make sure you actually subscribe to the channel, like this video, and turn on post notification bell. So I think I'm going to be ending this live right now because I've actually shared a lot with you guys. So I'm going to be ending the live right now. And I don't know when I'll go live again. And if I get more information, I'll come and share with you guys. For now, I don't have when I'll come live again. But any information that is actually available, I'll be sharing with you guys here. So I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. Peace out.